Hi everyone, I'm Gabriella Fine. I'm Rabbi Fine's sister-in-law, and I'm just going to spend the next 5 minutes giving you my top 5 tips on how to stay healthy during the coronavirus outbreak. So my first top tip is follow the rules. What I mean by that is the government have produced guidance, which I'm sure everyone's aware about, on the importance of social distancing. Everyone is responsible for trying to keep their distance from their family and their friends as much as they can. I know it's unpleasant and it's much easier said than done, but it's really important to try and protect those in our community who are vulnerable, who are elderly, who have underlying health conditions. We all have an important role to play in doing our part. And so please try and social distance yourselves as much as possible. Avoid going to crowded places and stay at home when you can. If anyone in your household develops symptoms, and at the moment the current guidance is a temperature of more than 37.8 degrees or a new cough, you have to unfortunately stay at home for 2 weeks. I say unfortunately because my 2-year-old has just come down with a new temperature today. So my family are currently on day 1 of 14 days of isolation, and I know it's going to be hard, but it's important that we all do it to protect each other. My second top tip would be we are going to be spending more and more time indoors and away from our family and friends, and so it's important to make the most of social media platforms we have available, FaceTime and Skype and video calls and Zoom, and where possible collaborate with people so it feels less lonely and less isolating at this time. It's also a really lovely time for us to think about who around us in our communities won't necessarily have family and friends available to check in on them, and maybe check in on someone who you wouldn't not necessarily normally reach out to, so we can boost our community and be there for everyone at this time of need. My third top tip would be look after yourself, stay healthy. I know it's tempting to think about spending 2 weeks on the couch watching Netflix, but we need to all try and exercise twice daily. So I was looking up some resources earlier this afternoon, and I know that the Body Coach, who's Joe Wicks, has a great YouTube channel, and he is going to be doing PE sessions for children from 9 AM starting tomorrow morning. So I'll be tuning in with my 2-year-old, and I'm sure it'll be useful for some of you too. Yoga with Adrienne is another really good online exercise yoga platform which I really enjoy and can feel like you're really part of a yoga class, so that's also something to look at. And also, apart from exercising, we all need to try and eat well, keep eating your 5 a day, try not to pig out on ice cream and everything that you find in your cupboard. Try, if you're home, to continue cooking balanced, healthy, nutritious meals. It will help us all feel better in the long run. My fourth top tip is more of a mental health tip. It's quite anxiety provoking for everyone at the moment, and I think to constantly be reading the news makes things a little bit more difficult. I think whilst we all need to be informed and need to understand what's going on and be up to date with the latest news, we can limit that to twice or 3 times a day when you're having your meals, but try not to spend the whole day scrolling through your news feed or clicking refresh on the BBC News homepage. It can really link into our anxieties and just make us all feel a bit more on edge. So I would recommend trying to limit the amount of times we do some reading on the current situation, and also distract yourself, do other things, do things you enjoy, paint, listen to music, do whatever it is that helps you switch off and distract yourself. And lastly, if you do come down with symptoms, so if you develop a new fever, if you develop a cough, a runny nose, a sore throat, then there's now some thinking that a loss of a sense of smell could be related to coronavirus. Please don't panic. Most of us will be absolutely fine and sail through it. So drink lots of fluids, have some paracetamol, take some lots of hot drinks, and if you find yourself short of breath or you're not able to walk from room to room without finding it difficult, you're unable to speak in full sentences, that's the time to seek help. Please do call NHS 111, call your GP, or if you need to, go to A&E. We're here for you. There are doctors ready to look after you if you need it. Wishing everyone only continued health and happiness through this difficult time.